Hey guys, what's up? Zach here, my boy Aaron. Today we're gonna talk about U.S. foreign policy, democracy, issues going on in the Middle East on today's episode of Young Black Men. As you guys know, we've been in the Middle East for quite some time now. Iraq, Syria, Iran. And to establish peace, we've tried to, implement civil society, raise democracy, fix the infrastructure. And today we're gonna, debate and talk about whether that's been really effective or not. What do you think, Aaron?
Oh, absolutely not. I hate looking at the totality of everything. I really hate our involvement in the Middle East, and us being there for so long. It's cost us an astronomical amount of money. I just want to talk about that just first and foremost. I think that's the least important part of this entire thing.
Right.
It's that, it's cost us, billions and billions of dollars. And then everybody who looks at the news and knows what's going on in the Middle East, right, knows that's money that's just been thrown basically in the garbage, because we're back over there, we're fighting ISIS.
Right.
Nothing has changed. It's actually significantly worse than it was 20 years ago. I think anyone obviously seeing could say that. And I think the United States involvement in the Middle East is directly related to that. I'm not necessarily sure that if we would have never gotten involved, that the Middle East would be in such bad shape as it is now.
Well,
what do you think?
When it comes to, helping out countries like that who have, a dictatorship and oppressed people, they don't even have, education and just an awareness of how, the politics work, because they're usually fearing for their lives. I'm not so much against, a country who has a better, working government system trying to help them. Definitely it had to be, military intervention just because of the whole 9/11 thing happening. But in efforts to reconstruct it, I think, the rhetoric was there, the ideas were there, but the effort wasn't put in well enough. And that's what really led to a lot of the mishaps happening. First, when you eradicate an oppressive regime and you don't, spend the time over there to build it up, because the thing is, just because you build up, buildings for, say schools, prisons, maybe power plants, water centers. Yeah. You have to teach the people how to run that and how to participate in those type of things.
Yeah. Or
else, only thing you're going to have is just people taking money, moving in places and things not getting done. I read an article. They're talking about how they had a $500 light switch for some project that only costs like $8 over here in America. So
who's spending the money? You know what I mean?
Right. It's crazy. I think
who's looking at the budget, who's looking at the receipts and going like, this is no. What kind of no?
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. It's like it's a disaster on so many different levels.
Right.
That the people who actually think our involvement there is still necessary just isn't paying attention.
Definitely not. What was it, like 60 billion?
On what?
On the whole taxpayer money spent over there, I think.
Oh yeah. Yeah, $60 billion. In total of our budget that we've spent, over the last, I think about 15 years in the Middle East, it's about $800 billion? Like, that's
military, that's tax, that's just, us.
For what, though?
Just bang over there, yeah. I think it was for... I don't know, good cause maybe, because we never found any weapons of mass destruction.
This all started with 9/11, right?
Yeah, we never found any weapons of mass destruction.
No, of course not.
Yeah, we took out a dictator,
Who?
But
I'm still confused, maybe you know this. Was that dictator involved in 9/11?
I don't think so. I think he had relations to Osama bin Laden, but I don't know if he was acting alone or not. But you know, we had bad blood with Saddam, even though we put him there.
Yeah.
You know. But I mean, they took out, and the thing is, the effort they took to take out a dictator, you know, I saw, you know, how they took out Gaddafi, and you know, I did not agree with that at all. Right. But you know, the effort they made.
But, I mean, look at Syria now. You know, I mean, look at it. But see, this is.
I mean, do you think it's better or worse?
Well, it's a lot worse. That's just what I'm saying. Like, it's a lot worse. Like that, us taking him out. You know, opened disbanding that army, like it opened the door for all of this.
Right, right.
You know, I mean, it's not working, and that's the second point I wanted to get to outside of the money, is that we spent all this money, you know, which is far too much, no matter what the results are.
Right.
But it's not working. I mean, look at ISIS. Like we basically threw money at a problem that's now costing us more money.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like if they said. I read an article, I think it was on, I read an article on NBC News. They gave me a number that I couldn't believe. It's saying we're spending it was like $10 million a day fighting ISIS.
That's crazy.
$10 million a day. You know, and the kind of money that we're spending fighting, we spent $41 million training 50 soldiers, 50 Syrian rebels, equipping them, teaching them how to operate equipment,
right.
You know, giving them training to fight. You know, we only got 50 men. For $41 million. I mean, that's how we're spending money fighting ISIS right now.
Yeah. But, you know, and I think a bigger problem when it comes to questioning things like that is that on the flip side, you have, you know, maybe people like me or you, and we don't agree with that kind of spending because we think about how better that money could be used back here at home versus someone in the military who, you know, we glorify as a hero, saying that, oh, they need the money to fight the war, and you know, you cut military spending, it makes the country weak and they can't do the job that they need to do. So,
but see, and that's where I fundamentally disagree, because we're talking about two different responsibilities. It's like we're not making the country weak. I mean, maybe we can't. I feel like as America we just overreached. You know, why, and this is the third point I wanted to bring us to, and this is my last point. Why is it that America has to be, you know, daddy to the world? You know, why are we, like, every single time I read something, it says U.S.-led coalition. Like, that just means it's us. So why is it,
right?
Why do we have to be the ones? Why is it, you know, it's like, I understand the ramifications.